There's 4 exercises for bicep curls. Now, more importantly, keep watching the video. I'm gonna explain 4 things as well. There's 4 exercises, but there's also 4 really, really important points that I want you to pay attention to on all bicep, all tricep exercises actually. They work for all arms. But today we're gonna be doing biceps. But there's 4 very distinctive things that I want you to pay attention to, and I'll list those off here as the exercises go in just a second. But yeah, 4 exercises of bicep curls. It's gonna be awesome, and let's rock it. Welcome to Fitness with Animal. I'm Animal. Exercise number 1 is hammer curls, right? So it's just gonna be here, right? Now there's 4 things that I want you to pay attention to on all arms, but today for biceps only, but all arms, biceps and triceps, pretty much for all body, but specifically for the arms here. All right, so what you wanna do is you don't wanna swing the weight, right? As I'm doing this exercise, pay attention to how I don't swing the weight. I say this a lot. Momentum is the enemy when you lift weights, generally, unless you're doing plyometrics or you're using some sort of athletic training, but you don't want to swing the weight and bounce up and down and do all sorts of weird stuff like that, okay? Number 2, I'm looking at my notes here. Number 2 is isolate the bicep. So we wanna make sure we're working biceps, we wanna work the bicep. We don't wanna work the shoulder. I call them shoulder curls, those are horrible. You wanna isolate the bicep. On every single exercise you see today on all these 4 exercises, watch and make sure you isolate the bicep, okay? And there's 2 big things you wanna do on that. Is you wanna stay, it's torso control is the 3rd point that I wanna point out here, is torso control, stay on the heels. That's how you're going to isolate the bicep. When you're here, if you're on your toes, if your weight is on your toes at all during a bicep curl, any rope, cable, bar, barbell, dumbbells, your body is going to swing and you lose control of your torso. So the 3rd point I want you to pay attention to here is torso control, right? And that's gonna allow you, by staying on your heels, that's gonna allow you to isolate that bicep, okay? Torso control by staying on the heels will allow you to isolate the bicep. Number 4 is elbow position, okay? The key is to make sure your elbows stay here. Boom. Here, throughout everything. Now, not here, but here. See, chest up, shoulders back, retracted into press, but I'm here, right? Once you start your elbows back, you can do a bicep curl like this, especially on this exercise here, you can do it like this. But the problem is you just limit your range of motion and you don't, there we go. Now, you'll be able to feel it more if you shoot your elbows. If you don't know if you see those you put them on your body here, and you basically rest your elbows on it. I forget the name of that thing, but it's the same concept. But you want to do that every time you lift to isolate your bicep, right? So this is a hammer curl. Now the reason I like hammer curls, this exercise here, is I'm gonna grab the dumbbells in a second, but you can see when I curl up, I'm gonna curl in, I'm gonna squeeze right into that bicep, right there. I didn't wear my muscle shirt today, but there, all right? So I'm here. So I come down as if I'm hammering. Now, every time you do a bicep curl, any kind, you never wanna lock the joint completely, ever, right? You wanna come almost to lock, but when you lock a joint, it takes the pressure off of the muscle, and then it's game over, right? At least the muscle is not working, so then it's game over for the muscle, and then you might as well just rest, right? So you wanna hammer curl here, up, and then here, boom, and then boom, just like that. So start hammer, chest up, shoulders back, stay on the heels, torso control, and up. Now, see where my elbow's at? My elbow's not here. See, it shortens my range of motion and it just makes it easier. It's super easy. So chest up, shoulders back, boom. I'm looking down as I talk, but here, yeah, there I can go feel it. And this is a hammer curl. Staying on the heels. See, when I come up, my body wants to come forward with the weight. The weight wants to pull me forward. We gotta fight that, right? We have to make sure we stay have torso control, stay on those heels, and isolate the bicep. Boom. Boom. See, there we go. You'll feel a little in your abs too, if you're doing it right. And that is hammer curls. And again, pay attention to all 4 of those things, and I'll be talking about those as we continue forward. Rock on. Exercise number 2 is rope curls, bicep curls, okay? So the big thing with this is you got a cable, right? So obviously the weight's gonna pull you forward. You wanna make sure you stay on your heels as you're doing this exercise. Keep those elbows forward. That's the number one thing that happens usually on the cables. And you'll see we have 2 cable exercises today for biceps, is when people do the cables, they really start letting those elbows go back and forth and move. Again, we want no movement in that elbows, right? You wanna keep your elbows forward, slightly angled forward, and that's gonna allow you to isolate your bicep a little bit more. So it looks like this. There we go. Boom. So staying on those heels, elbows forward, chest up, shoulders back. Always keep that chest plate up, right? And that chin up a little bit. Now, when I'm talking, I tend to look down a little bit because I need to, but here, as you can do the lift, boom, boom. Now, when you come up, a really cool thing is you can do is you can kind of kick out a little bit. That's really gonna get that a little bit. Oh. You know, you get about another centimeter in there. 1/4 of an inch, maybe, or 1/8 of an inch more. Bah. Chest up, boom, and pull. Now, again, the biggest thing with this is everybody they do this. They swing, they do that. Don't do that. It's not good. Chest up, shoulders back, and then here's a rope bicep curl.
He's so cute, he's so sweet, he's so handsome.
Heels, 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 stay on those heels, torso control. And there we go. Rope, bicep curls, boom. All right, exercise number 2, Olympic bar, bicep curl. All right, so the reason we're using, and I'm not gonna add weight on this, but you can add weight if you want to or not, but it's 45 pounds, 44 something or whatever. It depends on if you're using kilos or if you're in America using pounds. Anyway, but the point is it's a long bar. The reason I like to do this one is because there's a lot, especially if you add weight, there's a lot of chance for you bouncing around sideways, so it forces you to use your torso control a little bit more. And here it is. Now, your grip, you wanna go shoulder width. Now, you can go more inside too if you want. The problem is it tweaks the living crap out of your, right here, man. You're gonna get all your connective tissue right inside your elbow torn up. Now, I personally tore my biceps when I was younger, lifting incorrectly, so I know how about that. So the point is, when you're doing a flat bar, unless it's a cambered bars are always a little bit better to use. But I'm gonna show you this on the Olympic bar. Make sure you stay shoulder width grip here, all right? So you're here, chest up, shoulders back, boom, stay on those heels, right? I'm gonna isolate in the biceps and curl. Boom, chest up, shoulders back. Now remember, the position with the elbows forward a little bit, right? Now my body, when I come up, is definitely wanting to pull, especially with a larger bar, but I'm gonna fight that by staying on my heels. Stay on those heels, and here. Now when you come down, you wanna come down, now this is locked, so I don't wanna do that, but it's right about there. Almost locked, but not locked, and then come up. And then come up, boom. And come up, boom. Slow on the way down, and then come up, boom. And then come up, boom. Come up. And that, now you notice I'm going twice as slow on the way down, right? As usual, right? Always eccentric, a little twice as slow. Boom, chest up, shoulders back. And that is an Olympic bar, bicep curl, boom. Exercise number 4 is single arm cable curls. Boom, right? Single arm, all right? Now, same things all apply, everything applies the same. You stay on those heels. You wanna isolate the bicep here, so I'm gonna do it actually here so you can see. Boom. Now, you can kind of do a little hammer or just go straight here, but what you don't want to do is go completely flat. If you come down completely flat, see, I can feel it. You're going to tweak the inside of your tendons there, right on there. So you want to go a little bit supinated, slightly, or neutral, whatever, when you come down for the hammer curls. So chest up, shoulders back. Now with this, if you're doing single arm, it's okay to kind of angle your torso a little bit and isolate. Boom, here. Boom. Now again, isolate here. Look where the elbow's at. It's slightly above my right rib cage. Here, chest up, shoulders back. Boom. And then boom. Slow on the way down. And then boom. There we go. Now, sitting on my heels, the thing is you kind of angle your body a little bit, like I said, that's okay, but make sure you don't turn completely and start doing all sorts of weird stuff like that. So here, chest up. And slowing the way down, boom, there you go. That is a single arm cable bicep curl. Rock on. There you have it. Okay, 4 exercises there, and I brought my little phone with my notes on it to make sure that I hit every one of them. But there's 4 things you really want to pay attention to, just to rehash this real quick. Is number 1, don't swing the weight, right? Every time you do a bicep curl, don't let the body be pulled in directions by the weight. Second one is isolate the bicep on every single one. Isolate the living crap out of this sucker here, right? Isolate the bicep. Number 3, torso control. You do torso control by staying on your heels, right? When I say torso control, that's the whole thing, meaning it's not bouncing, but it's also shoulder chest. So you don't want to do this kind of stuff. No shoulder curls. That stuff is dumb, horrible. All right, and elbow position is the final point. Now, what elbow position does is it allows you to isolate, right? So the whole goal with everything, when you work a muscle, you should be working the muscle and not the connective tissue. So with bicep curls, work here and not the connective tissue here. So yeah, there you have it. I've got some more, I've got a back and bicep workout for you right here you can do. Boom, I'm gonna put that up in the, click on that, watch that puppy. Then I've got down here a whole playlist of how to do back and arm workouts here. And then hit subscribe on the bottom, and love to have you on the team. And then add comments and stuff if you can. And my video editor is in the back being funny. You're good, man, it's funny. He's using the board to shoot things. But anyway, so you're gonna go subscribe down below, and then yeah, check out video here, down there. All right, love to have you on the team, and leave a comment, I'll get to you. Thanks so much, peace.